And then there's sort of beyond the superficial, you get into the deeper layer of why are we talking about it? What happened? What changed? How did we get here? And I think of AI as sort of, it's like a three-legged stool. And you have to have all of those pieces together in order for it to be really, a benefit to the fleet manager or whoever's using the AI. A piece of it is hardware. And so, I think back to, 1986 was Mercedes had their first self-driving vehicle. It was an RV. It was a 25-foot long RV with 2 air conditioners. And the reason it was an RV is because that's how big the computer was. And it needed the air conditioners to keep the computers cool. So,
Yes.
that's just, you think about scale and you say that same level of AI now probably fits on your Apple Watch, right? And better. Actually,
which is incredible, right?
So the hardware is one leg of the stool. Then you've got the models. These are sort of the computer programs that scientists and mathematicians and folks, how they've trained the computer to know how to do something, right? So I teach a computer to play chess. There's a chess model called AlphaZero that is it's just a computer program for knowing how to play chess and anticipate what the opponent is going to do. And then the third leg of the stool is how you interact with the first two. And that's really where the buzz has come around lately. It's the advances in what we call generative AI, which is the ability for the computer to sort of generate and take in input. It's how it communicates with you. So I can talk to it in plain English. It knows how to convert that into something that runs on the hardware with the computer model, does something, and then comes back and then turns it back into English to tell you about it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that third leg of the stool is what's really kind of taken off in the last couple of years. Things with ChatGPT and Microsoft Copilot or, Google Gemini. These are just some of the names of the interfaces to those other two things. And all three legs of that stool are advancing at an incredible pace. Like I said, the hardware gets better, faster, cheaper. So you're seeing it in more places, doing more things because it becomes cost effective to do it.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about in-vehicle cameras, and we're going to talk a little bit about safety, you think about in-vehicle cameras or you think about ADAS systems, right? Automatic driver aid, systems, automatic braking, those kinds of things. Those are pieces of hardware that are in the car that are running very specific computer programs that know how to recognize when I'm too close to a vehicle. It doesn't need to tell me, it doesn't need to write a sentence, it doesn't need to make a pretty picture. It just needs to hit the brakes.
Right.
So that's an example where you're sort of leaning on the first two legs of the stool. The third is not so important in that case, but it's still AI.
Right.
And more we're seeing, these sorts of, use cases sort of slipping into different places and the ability to kind of communicate with them in plain language. That opens a whole new set of doors for what we can do with the technology.
Especially here in fleet.